Now this school has got a history. Once upon a time, I happened to have been a member of parliament for this constituency. In one of my regular tours around, I found a school on the other side of the railway line. Just the other side of the railway line, there's an underbridge. And the children were learning there. That's where this school was. And it was raining. It was raining on the children. That's when we decided that we should look for another place for these children. And then when I came across this other side, this was an abandoned site. They had started a project here for the disabled people, which had not been completed. So it became a dumping ground. People were dumping rubbish here. And I decided to take over this project. When I took over the project, I brought in an architect, the late Mr. Haban Singh. We looked at the structure there. We said that structure was completely unsalvageable. So that structure would have to be demolished. Then that same Mr. Haban Singh did a design of that structure you see out here. After he did that structure, that design, those days there was no CDF. I decided just with my other friends to look for money to construct that building. And that is how eventually we transferred the children from the other side, where it was raining on them, and brought them this other side here. At the beginning of this school. Then they later on decided to christen it Raila Education Center. My daughter Rosemary, who was here, who has just left, has been very, very instrumental in working to ensure that this school actually is constructed. Her and Mr. Keta. Where's Mr. Keta? I'm told Keta's already gone. Keta and Rosemary, the twin, are the ones who are working here in this school because I was myself a member of parliament. But then thereafter, we got some other friends from outside the country who also made contributions to enable us to put these other structures up there. And then eventually this other one here. So we managed to get this school to where it is today. My dream was to develop here a center of excellence. And I still have that dream to ensure that this school becomes a center of excellence in the city. It was meant for children of poor parents who live in the slums of Kibera here. Now this is just phase one. But I want to assure you that wherever I go, I will always be able to, I will always continue to have this school in mind. In future, we may acquire lands elsewhere to actually expand this school so that we can be able to meet the demands of the community that live here in Kibera. And we will continue to remain a school for children of the poor. The poor. That is how it was conceived, and that is how we want it to remain. Because we know that the rich can take care of themselves. The poor need to be assisted. And this we will continue to do. Sasa mimi nafurahi sana mwalimu, headmaster, since we brought him to this school here. Kakuja karibu. Amejaribu sana. Since we brought him down here, He has done an excellent job of introducing proper discipline in this school and also recruiting efficient teachers who have actually raised the standard of education in this school. And I'm happy to be told that this school was number 2 in the sub-county after Olympic Primary School, after the secondary school. So I'm very happy to be around here. Nina furaha sana sana sana. Wazazi na walimu na wanafunzi. Sasa baba amefika. Si baba amekuja? Education is very fundamental in our country. Without proper education, no nation can prosper. A nation will prosper if you empower your people through quality education. We have here an explosion of the youth. Nearly 60% of our population are the youth below the ages of 35. The youth can be an asset or a drug. If the youth are not empowered, if they're not empowered, they become drug addicts, delinquents, and become basically a load on the society. But if they are empowered properly with quality education, then they become the engine for wealth creation in the country. And that's the reason why we must ensure, all the time strive to ensure that our children get proper education. This is a challenge to the present government. A challenge to the present government. It is very unfortunate that even today you still have these problems, things of like capitation, it's a problem. Issues of examinations, there are problems. You still have issues of exam cheats and so on in this country. Things which are associated with primitive societies. Those kind of inefficiencies are things that we do not want to see continue in our country. But then, we have the government, and the government has a responsibility. Government has a responsibility to ensure that teachers are recruited and are properly remunerated. Government has a responsibility to ensure that you have proper tuition blocks, proper provision for tuition blocks in all our schools. The government has a responsibility to ensure that our children are properly fed in schools so that the children do not starve. These are some of the challenges facing the government. But now today, I'm happy to be here. Today, we are going to do a groundbreaking. I've already done groundbreaking for a new construction of this new tuition block here in the school. And as the MP has said, the construction work is going to start next month. I will be coming to supervise the construction to ensure that it is completed. So mimi nina furaha sana. Mimi siwezi kusema mambo mengi zaidi. Watu wamesikia mimi nataka kwenda kuwa rais wa Afrika nini? Jumuiya ya Afrika. Lakini baba yuko hapa. I'll be around here. I'll be around here. I'm not going to be away. I will continue to ensure that things are working in my own country. I will work for the continent of Africa, but at the same time work for Kenya. I can be able to scale the stairs and chew the gum at the same time. Kwa hivyo watu ambao wanasema ati baba anatoka, siji baba nani, wanahangaika, anasema ngoo, baba yuko tu hapa. Na wakati ikifika, mkinitaka baba, na mkiniita, nitaitika. Si walisema zamani tulikuwa tunaimba nikiitwa nitaitika, nikiitwa nitaitika, nikiitwa nitaitika, kutumikia wana Kenya. Oh, kutumikia wana Kenya. Oh, kutumikia wana Kenya. Vijana hoi! Kibira hoi! Sasa baba amekuja, na baba akikuja, huyu Sifuna alisema ati KFC. Hao ndio alisema KFC.